Okay, so since Open Doors kind of collapsed after earnings, I thought it'd be kind of funny to make this video because why not? I mean, I did have a position against Open Door. Most of that position's closed. I have a very small position against it at the moment. Hopefully it goes up. I would love for it to go up so I can just go in against it again. Oh gosh. But I have a bunch of screenshots from this period of when it was like, people, you had all this hype around it. So we have um, Kaz Najatian, whatever his name, he's an Iranian. He is the current CEO. He was, I believe, the COO of Shopify, and that's his claim to fame. When he was announced as CEO, the stock price went, I think, 70% up. That was horrible for me, but those things happen. But read this tweet. He says, heading to church this morning with the entire family. I will pray for Charlie Kirk and the kids will pray for daddy's new job. Like, I mean, like, come on. This is like crazy narcissism here. Charlie dies on what is it, 10th of September, 14th of September, you're making all about you. Like, come on, crazy stuff. And then we have a post Eric Jackson retweeted. Eric Jackson is an absolute clown, by the way. I was going to like just go through Eric Jackson's like track record and how like it's not good. But then I thought, what's the point? I mean, anyone can look it up. Look, gosh, it's horrible. But he's retweeting this meme nonsense like Captain Mike. Like, come on, I really don't like Eric Jackson because I he knows what he's doing and he's doing this on purpose. I believe. It's just sad to be honest. Then we have this one. I believe this was on the 22nd of September. So it was a while ago. We have this guy saying, Open army, even in the storm, we will prevail. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will uphold my righteous right hand. I mean, righteous right hand is very interesting. It's very literal translation. I mean, I wouldn't translate like, but why is he quoting the Bible? Like for frickety frick, like what the frick? Stay strong. Like come on, this is silly. Um, I have another one here. Oh, yeah, you can see it all, but the top. Can I move? Like, oh no, I can't move the screen. I can zoom out a bit though. Okay, yeah. So this is from Randian Capital made. They basically made an article. Not Randian Capital. Someone else made an article. One of these companies, I can't remember which company it was, one of the publishers, they made an article against Open Door, and then this guy says, did you contact Rabius or Candace Kaz to at least hear the other side? And then Keith, who's Rabios, he's an absolute clown as well. He's like, no. And then this guy comes back and says, hold on a second, hey Keith, head editor, Aaron, back here, this is incorrect. We sent detailed questions to Open Door multiple times and received no response. Please contact me directly if you have any concern. Thanks. Very polite, whatnot. And then Keith replies saying, what email alias? And he said, we sent the questions to press at Open Door and investors at opendoor.com, which are the official press and investor contacts on your press release and website. I mean, it would not be standard procedure to message your DMs as well. Um, OMG, haven't had publication do that for 15 years. Like, this is so silly. Like, Aaron Bank's absolutely right. I mean, what the frickety frack? Like, that's how you contact companies, publicly traded companies. You don't start DMing the CEO and the CFO or whatever, or the board of directors, someone on the board of directors and whatnot. That's just dumb. It's silly. And this should have been a red flag for any serious investor. Like this guy, Keith, like it's a joke. Like these guys are like taking the piss here. They love gaslighting, but that I just found that interesting. So we have something else here. Monday is the last day of the week that this stock will be below $10. So when did he say that? Let me just. How do I use a computer? File info. That's how. So this was on the 13th of September. By the way, it never went back to $10 after that. So that was great timing for this guy. Not only didn't it go back to that, right now I think it's trading about $4 something. $4.90 last time I checked, something like that, for 96, 97. I don't know. I mean, um, I should have just kept my position against it open. I would have made a lot more money. Oh gosh. Um, but I have other positions and I have to do some risk management. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm a happy cat. Next one. Um, Fed rate cuts incoming $24. It's very funny when they use like this word dollar. Now the Fed did cut rates, but I mean the argument that these people had that it was going to significantly change things was kind of silly. Just for the record, I just put the info on so I could see the date. Yeah, I took this on the 13th of September. Maybe he might make that on the 12th of September. I don't really, because it's like 13 hours old. Um, Probably not. Who's messaging me? Oh, opened 493 apparently. I don't know if that's still true. Someone's messaged me on Instagram as well. Some crazy chick. I mean, she actually compulsive liar chick. Some Muslim chick. Crazy, crazy girl. But she's of age, so no one get upset. Um, all right. Like it never went to $24, and not only that, but this idea of rate cuts are gonna somehow magically make it go up to $24 was silly. I mean, even on it's just the whole idea was silly. Not $24. Maybe it'll be 24. I hope it will be $24. We'll take a position against that $24. I have another one. Let me just zoom out a bit. Um, this is on September the 14th. Open isn't just another stock, it's literally the future of real estate. Retail is waking up, momentum is building, and the squeeze potential is heating up. Next week could light the match that sets this rocket off. If you're not watching Open, you're missing the story of 2025. Yeah, come on, this is silly. Um, like, don't get me wrong. I mean, like maybe Open can be the future of retail. I listened to the earnings video or whatever thing that they had, and they seem to want to change their business model where they basically make money off of sales, not so much across the spread, smaller spreads, and to do that they would need to increase the volume of sales, and at the moment they don't have that volume, sorry to say, and I don't see it. I mean, I think it's absolute nonsense, but you know even if they got there, they would need an absolute monopoly to justify the valuations that, even the current valuation is crazy. Okay, this is just a random graph. I was taking the piss out of people who do technical analysis. Like they draw a line going up and they say, oh, it's going up. And I'm like, no, it's going down. I don't believe in technical analysis, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so this is a great one. Let's just get this guy's user in. Lanky Durin, 12 hours ago. So when was that? File info. That was on the 23rd of September 2025. You know, and he said, he's like, open holders, holy shit, get here right now. Okay, the AH dump after hours, that means right now. Absolute joke. Some boomer fund, Access Industries, just filed to dump 11 million and everyone lost their shit. I mean, when the big holders in your company are dumping the share, it might, and they've been holding for a while. By the way, they dumped it for a little loss. They didn't dump everything. They dumped a lot though. It's kind of concerning, right? And then this guy says, but it gets better. These motherfuckers, he means motherfuckers by MFers, have been dumping for weeks already. Already sold 10.8 million on September the 12th. Yeah. And nobody noticed. No, people noticed. You guys didn't notice. Their board guy, I can't say his name. Never heard of him either. Well, maybe if you've not heard of people on the board of the company you believe is going to the moon, maybe you gotta look into that company again a bit more. What the frick? Literally rage quit the board in September, effective immediately. Not even 2 weeks notice. Well, I mean, maybe he knows something that you don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit weird for you to just assume that he's just like, he thinks the stock's gonna go to the moon. He's like, nah, I don't want that money. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want the money. You have the money. No, come on, this is dumb. And then he says, like, imagine being such a shit investor that you just pace out when the company finally gets good management. Maybe he doesn't think they're good management. He can be wrong, but come on, this is silly. Speaking of which, while these clowns are panic selling, new CEO Kaz, whatever his last name is, has started, this dude ran ops at Shopify when it went from like nothing to 100. Look it up. Honestly, look up the stock price when Kaz was on the COO. So I from memory, the stock price goes down like significantly, goes back up, but it's just so silly. Like honestly, look it up. I mean, if you're worried about like the price movements this guy was worried about back then, that's why he wrote this massive post. You kind of kind of retarded. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Maybe Kaz can solve something, but right now the price is still a bit crazy. And then he's this Keith Rabios and Eric Wu, the actual founders. Yeah, the actual founders. Look at what happened to that stock from when it was founded. Look at how it collapsed. Look at the fact that they lied about using AI. I'm not saying that these two lied. I don't know who exactly lied, but the company lied, and that's one of the reasons it's collapsed. By the way, back in the day. Come on. Just because they're the actual founder doesn't mean much. Just came back to the board, bro. When has that ever been bearish? Well, when they were on the board a few years ago, and the stock didn't do well. It didn't deliver shareholder value. It's like Steve Jobs coming back to Apple, except nobody's talking about. No, it's not though, is it? It's not, right? It's really not like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a different animal, right? But whatever. And even Steve Jobs, by the way, some people don't realize but I don't think Apple would have been as successful as it is today, were it not for Steve Jobs' untimely demise. But that's neither here nor there. Um, Anyways, old CEO got shown the door. Thank God, she was nice, but come on. Honestly, this reminds me when I bought AMD at $12 because some pension fund was forced selling. Except this time, I'm not gonna paper handle at $15 like a bitch. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is not how you do invest. You don't. Oh gosh, like paper hands. Like, come on, silly. And yeah, come on. I apologize. I wanted a sip of my orange juice. Um, but it is silly, let's be honest. Housing is literally recovering right now. My neighbor just sold his shitbox for 50K over asking. Rates peaked already, and Open Door basically owns the iBuying space. Zillow tried and failed. Remember that disaster? Zillow tried and found that the iBuying thing was not profitable, right? Maybe Open Door can do it. I don't know. No one really knows. But if that's just a gamble, and you have to make probabilistic bets. Yeah, maybe you guys have a weird sense of probability, but I don't know. But also, your neighbor selling a home above asking does not necessarily mean that's good for Open Door, because Open Door is not making money off of. Open Door does not necessarily is not even if they deliver on everything they want to deliver, they're not going to make money off of house appreciation unless they hold properties, which is not what Kaz wants to do, by the way. Right? They wanna basically just make like a profit being the middleman. Right? That's what they want to do by providing a quicker marketplace for connecting buyers and sellers. Right? That seems to be what they want to do. And then that little whatever it is. I mean, it's not that substantial really. I mean, they need massive volume, and even if the housing market appreciates, I mean, it depends on how they're doing the spread, but it's still just a spread. It's just you really just need volume. You need a lot of buying and selling. You don't necessarily, it's not the appreciation is not what these guys are making the money off. They're making the money off the volume of the sales. But who frickety frack cares for business models? So this fund that's been dead weight for years is finally fucking off. New management is cracked, and stock dumps 8% after hours on low volume. Well, it dumped a lot more last night. I mean, I wonder what's up with this guy. I wonder where he's gone. Make it make sense. Anyways, I'm buying more tomorrow. Already up 114% on my shares from August. But wherever this is going to $30 by next summer, screenshot this. I screenshotted it. I don't think it's going up to $30 by next summer. I mean, if it does, great. I mean, we'll show it at $30. I mean, unless like the business substantially changes and we can see that volume increase, this is a short. It's still a short now. I don't. I have a very small position against it at the moment. I mean, I had a much larger position um, last night, and I closed it because I have other things going on. I have the quantum nonsense, and and I just wanted to be a bit safe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that's going. Ivergetti, I think on Monday is going to collapse, but whatever. We'll see. Okay, let me zoom out of this one. Okay. When was this? How do I see details? Whenever I act a bit incompetent, I remember this chick, right? I was acting incompetent. She thought it was like kind of cute, and then, she was really mean to me the other day, and I'm not happy now. So yeah, I don't know why she was mean to me. She's just retarded. Doesn't understand law. But that's not the point. 25th of September. Okay, so that was quite a while ago. Hall of Fame. So, parties over, boys and girls. Which was obviously before then. This guy's like, Hall of Fame, just a few things that helped me sleep tonight. Being a support of open. Feel free to post any honorable mentions of the non-believers. Notice this whole religious connotation, non-believers and whatnot. I just found that hilarious, to be honest. Okay, let me zoom out again. Okay. No stock on earth has seen short interest climb faster than open. I don't think that's true, but let me just see the date, 26th of September. Oh, it's already here. I'm kind of retarded, aren't I? And some of the worst investors alive can't stand the idea of you buying it. That combo screams, get long. Are you in? Well, I mean, if you did buy it based on this, you'd be losing lots of money right now. Well, it depends how much you put in. Come on, like it's silly, right? Okay, let's zoom out. This is another. Eric Jackson is reposting this nonsense. So 82 a possibility by end of 2025. Yeah, it's currently at like what $4.5. I don't know. Come on, give me a break. Like this is silly. Like this guy Eric Jackson, he's a horrible man. This guy. I mean, absolutely. I mean, going outside Drake's house and like being an absolute clown. Okay. Oh, this is actually from one of Eric Jackson's articles. From like over a decade ago. FOMO is problematic when your mom and taxi drivers start investing in DFS companies or second, third, or fourth real estate properties, not companies, properties. Interesting. And they can't afford to lose their investment. So expect more DFS like booms and busts. Expect sports owners to lean into some new trend when it shows any sign of promise. I mean, like, come on, foreshadowing his own future career like this guy is ridiculous. You know, it's crazy. I mean, crazy. But like some of his articles, like he was so like he started his first fund, I believe, after 2008 collapse. I don't think it did very well. I think it sold to some Chinese at the moment. It's crazy. It's crazy. I did that. I remember when this open thing was like back in September, I believe. Um, no, maybe before September. Uh, maybe in August. I don't remember. I was on call with one of my associates and we were discussing this, and you know, we went through it. It was like, what the frick, man? This guy's crazy. Like his whole career is like just crap. Okay, let's get back into this. Eric Jackson again, September 28. Most financial advisors I've met are duller than dishwater. I can't speak. I'm tired. Um, do you think they're going to make you rich? Are you kidding? How many of them were banging the table to buy open under $1? They're trained by Wall Street to push views, Mag 7, diversification. Peter Lynch called it right, diversification. You can do better. Get yours. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. Firstly, financial advisors. The purpose of financial advisors isn't necessarily to make you extremely wealthy. It's to preserve your wealth. There's a difference. And also the fact that you manage to call a stock from $1 to whatever by pumping it up to a bunch of idiots does not make for sound financial long term whatever. Because like Eric, cupcake sweetheart, you're an idiot. What's your track record? You've been in this game for a while now. Um, Tell us how your previous fund did. Tell us, please do tell us. We're all interested. Oh, you won't. Of course you won't. You just tell us, oh, you have regrets regarding the past. Of course you do. You're a crap investor. You always have been. Give me a break. Oh, I'm looking for 100 baggers. And then you're quoting Peter Lynch. Like, Peter Lynch. Like, gosh. You know, I just really, you know, oh gosh. Peter's name has been Peter Lynch is still alive, I believe. Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, he retired a while ago, but like, gosh, it's so disrespectful to Peter Lynch. And diversification, there is something about diversification. So, diversification, Peter Lynch was pretty diversified, to be completely honest. If you look at like when he was managing what was it, the Magellan, whatever, fund. He owned a lot of stocks, but it wasn't for the purpose. It wasn't diversification for the purpose of diversification. And there's like different ways of you know investing or whatnot. But one of the reasons why the mainstream believes in diversification is because mathematically it has been proven to be a good bet. Really, I mean, that being said, if you diversify, um, you do risk losing certain big profits on something that could explode. I mean, I get that, but you also protect against loss. And one of the key things in investing is to preserve your capital. More so than even making money is to preserve your capital. And I mean, I get it. Let's say, people might listen to Charlie Munger, for example. Charlie was against diversification as well, but Charlie's whole thing is you shouldn't. Diversification is largely for people who don't know what they're doing, and that is most people. If you don't know what you're doing, just buy. Oh gosh, I mean, it's just so crazy. I mean, I don't get Eric. Like, he's taking the piss out of people, really. Like, he's really taking retail for a ride here. Okay, this is just Keith Rubius and Benjamin. I don't even know why that's in here. Okay. Oh yes, you guys defending this photo with verified war criminal. I wouldn't even go that far with me because I'm a verified war criminal. Blah blah blah, baby killer, etc. He's like blah blah. The funny thing is, I just said blah blah blah. But come on, like, this is like so, like, I don't know. I would not talk the way I do if I was trying to pump a stock. Okay. Open isn't just an investment. When the frick was this? It doesn't have the date here. Um, 10th of October, apparently. So, not 10th of October, 1st of October. I can't read. Maybe I got the dates on the other ones wrong. It's just they've got it in the American way of doing it instead of the sensible way. Um, and I don't know why if October was 1, that's January. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. It's true. I'm dumb. Open isn't just an investment. It's a symbol, but we don't have to accept the deck being stacked. This is the weird sailor thing going on, Captain Mike or whatever. We can build our own rising dynasty. That's what this guy calls it, a rising dynasty. It's absolutely ridiculous. We can jump the line. We can win together. No, you can't jump the line. No, you can't win together. You're running. You're trying to run a pyramid scheme, basically. Who's the bag holders? Who's the bag holders, guys? Who's the bag holders? Come on. We stay strong, Captain Mike. We're sailing with you. Poor Captain Mike. This is a guy who works on these ships. Probably put all his money into Open Door. It went up a bit, and he held. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Eric Jackson's with me." And now it's like $4. Maybe in 20 years it'll be $50. I don't know. But right now, the business doesn't justify the price multiple. Um, Been battling trolls all week, telling me a stock that pumps from 0.5 to 2 to 10.8 back to 7/8 is a pump and dump. Lol. Love this. Go Open. When the friggity frack did you say that, buddy? 3rd of October. Yeah, I mean, I wonder how you are right now. Eric Jackson again. Open. Being stuck at $8 for 2 weeks. Have against the Bible. Why? The vision awaits its appointed time. Though it's Tari, wait for it. sometimes the tape's not broken, it's being purified, ride or die, rising down. This is so bad. Like, October 9th, this is horrible. Like, you shouldn't be doing this to people. This is disgusting. I mean, I'm appalled, to be honest. Like, this guy really, like, irks me, to be honest. Like, it's disgusting. Why is he quoting the Bible? This is another thing I've noticed. Some of these people, instead of saying stock forecasts, now they're saying stock prophecies. Like, what the frick? I mean, there is a rise in religion as well, which is absolutely crazy. But, you know, it's not a real rise. It's just a bunch of idiots. Um, and I was very religious. So, you know, I'm not saying religious people are idiots, but I am saying that, you know what I mean. These retards who get into it because they're just retarded. You know what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean. I can't buy the dips. No money left. But I live in hope. Good luck, sir. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. When was that? 14th of October. Oh gosh, poor guy. Poor guy. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care because they're horrible to other people. Okay. Where is the cunt Eric when we need him to make a tweet? Okay, this guy. Fair enough. When was that? That was 17th of October. Oh gosh. Oh, I hope this guy's okay. The government shutdown needs to end. My wife missing her paycheck, which we use for investing, wanted to load up on Open before earnings. I mean, it's probably a good thing you couldn't load up. I mean, now you can load up for a better price, I guess. I mean, just buy the dip, right? That's how you make money in the investment game. 24th of October. You know, interesting. Next picture. Oops. Small cap companies are more okay, this guy is just going on about small caps. This was, I think, last week or something. It's not that exciting. He just doesn't. I mean, he agreed that, it's not really a small cap later. I don't think it's worth thinking. Are we back? Oh yeah. So this is this guy Keith whatever, his picture with Bibi and someone saying, unless you're Jewish, most of the world hates this man. By the way, a lot of Jews don't like Bibi, especially in Israel. uh, if I knew this would be posted, I would have sold my position because I think it's silent. I mean, if this guy sold his position back then on September 29th, great. Maybe that's how we should invest. Pro-Palestine investing. Crazy stuff. Anyways, have I run out of pictures? Yeah, I have. So that's really it for the Open Door thing. I mean, that went on for longer than I expected, but I just thought it'd be kind of funny. Oh gosh, I do wonder. Let me just check quickly. What is the stock price? Who's messaging me on? What the fuck does that mean? Let me. Um. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, have a nice day. I mean, this went longer than I thought. I've got distracted by these messages. Oh shit, whoa, why the frick is natural gas going down? That makes me upset. I want natural gas up. But yeah, anyways, have a nice day.